Hey, Rockhound here. I've got quite a special video for you today. Later in the video, I'm going to take a closer look at a recent short update from the Mavericks devs, plus a look back on something important that I missed in the video they released at E3. But first up, thanks to the devs at Automaton, I'm delighted to have the opportunity to give something back to the Mavericks Proving Grounds community. Last week, Automaton announced that the closed alpha testing for Mavericks Proving Grounds will commence with the first playtest on July 26, and it will run through to July 29. Alongside that announcement, they also informed us that Founders Packs are now completely sold out. That means you currently have no way of joining closed testing if you haven't already purchased a Founders Pack or you were part of the first 100,000 to sign up during the E3 Expo last year. So, if you've missed out on both of those opportunities to become a founder or an E3 sign-up, I have one last chance for you today. Automaton have kindly asked me to give away the very last 10 Founders Packs that will ever be available for Mavericks Proving Grounds. Just as a reminder, as well as providing you access to closed testing for Mavericks, which is called Mavericks the Forge, owning a Founders Pack means you also receive 12-month citizenship, which will provide you full access to the in-game economy and trading, a Founders Weapon Kit, a Founders Emote, a Founders in-game icon, access to the Founders Forum on the Mavericks website, the Founders Discord rank with access to an exclusive Discord channel, as well as access to the in-game Founders Hall, which we'll see in late stages of the closed alpha. Now, if you'd like to enter, the link to the competition is in the video description below, and you have multiple ways of gaining entries to the comp, so be sure to maximize your chances of grabbing one of the last 10 Founders Packs. While there will be 10 winners in total, the first 3 winners drawn will also receive some extra special prizes. The second and third place winners will receive autographed copies of Matt Langley's Winter Dust album on CD, which includes the song The Night and Me that I use for my intro and outro song on my videos. These albums have been kindly donated by Matt, so a big thanks to him for that gesture. He's a really talented singer and songwriter who also won a Country Song of the Year award here in New Zealand in 2010, so be sure to check out his Bandcamp page, the link to which is also in the video description below. Now, if you're lucky enough to be the first placed winner of the competition, not only will you receive a Founders Pack for Mavericks Proving Grounds and an autographed copy of the Winter Dust album, but you'll also receive a Rockhound Black mug of your choice from my Designed by Humans merch store. So if you want to enter the competition, click that link in the video description and I'll be randomly picking the 10 winners on July 26 UK time, the same day as the first closed alpha playtest starts. So you can jump into Mavericks the Forge right away if you're a winner. Game access will be provided via the email address that you provide for the competition. Okay, back to some Mavericks updates. In addition to the playtest and end of Founders Packs announcement, Automaton have also released a short video in the last couple of days explaining some of the updates that are being made to the game as it moves into the closed alpha phase. Specifically, they've said that they've made performance increases with an additional 10 to 20 frames per second in high density areas such as the train station and the sawmill. And we can see here in this clip that the game is averaging frame rates of mid-50s to mid-60s, which is close to being in line with the initial 60 frame per second goal that the dev team mentioned during one of their round table videos last year. Also mentioned as improvements are a reduction in crashes that were occurring, always a good thing, and a correction of fall damage so that if you jump off a building, you're going to be consistently impacted by it. They've also made general improvements to the appearance of the game, so I'm looking forward to seeing those in the playtest. Now let's take a quick look at a few other things that I spotted in the video. Here we see an engagement between 2 players, and our player very briefly goes prone before jumping back up. I think this transition from standing to prone and vice versa is much too fast currently, and would probably lead to players spamming prone during engagements, so it really needs to be slowed down. In this shot, a player jumps off a building from several stories up, but being able to hold their pistol with both hands at the same time. Now I'd like to see this made more realistic, so that when you jump from just one story up, for instance, you can do this, but jumping from any higher means that you actually switch to a one-handed grip and your shooting accuracy drops accordingly. At the moment, having the two-handed grip during a high jump like this makes it look like the player is riding an elevator down to the ground, so it needs to be a bit more uncontrolled. And here's a good view of one of the timed loot crates when it's unlocked. And you can see when the player tabs the inventory open that it contains chest armor, a compensator for an SR, a silencer for an SMG. This blue object is a capture card which you can use to store additional items on. A variety of ammo types are also seen, bandages and a first aid kit, and a variety of grenades as well. So you can see why these crates are highly sought after, and the area around them becomes a hot spot for players when they are close to opening up. Okay, hit markers. There's quite a lot of chat in the community about whether they should be in the game or not. Yes or no? Let me know in the comments below. I'm really interested to hear what you think about hit markers in the game. Lastly, I want to jump back to something that I missed in the dev diary that came out during the E3 Expo. Here we saw two players in a firefight at a factory, and some 44-gallon drums get thrown around by a grenade explosion. Now what I missed here is that the drums actually appear in exactly the same locations for both players as they move. This is relatively rare in any game, let alone one with up to 1,000 players. And it'll definitely add something to the game because both players can use the drums as cover in exactly the same fashion as they move with no disadvantage to either players. Games like Battlefield 5, for instance, will show you the same resulting destruction, like when a house has been blown up, but the actual parts of the building being blown apart will look different for each player as the destruction occurs. It's a good example of some of the new tech that Automaton have been working on for Mavericks and how it will set the game apart from other games. Okay, that wraps up this video, but I'm expecting to have more updates about the game out to you soon as we move into the closed alpha. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell if you want to stay up to date. Lastly, I'd like to thank the team at Automaton for giving me the opportunity to give away those last 10 Founders Packs for Mavericks. It is much appreciated. Thanks for watching, good luck with the competition, and enjoy the rest of your day.
It's just the night and me.